Today's Albion Online video is all about the survival build, a build that will let you go into massive blob fights or even small scale fights and simply not die, and as long as you yourself do not enter combat, you can simply just leave the area, get a zone shield, and you're pretty much unkillable, except for the most coordinated of groups. Even 8.4s with awakened weapons will not be able to kill you at all. Let me show you what this is. So real quick, the rundown is that it is a Great Nature Staff build, which for those that don't know the Great Nature Staff, your E-spell, whenever you take damage, you will heal a certain amount of HP, a flat amount. We can buff this up also because we are going full tank mode. We are taking as little damage as possible, and this is an awakened 4.4. And it has bonus health, defense, and cooldown rate. This is recommended. You don't need 8.4, you don't need 8.3, simply 4.4, as this weapon does, like all nature staffs, scale horribly with item power. Yes, they do scale, but they scale pretty crappily. I don't even have this maxed out. I have 46 specialization into it. You don't need an 8.4. With an 8.4 maximum specs, you'll get a tiny bit more flat damage resistance and a little bit more healing per damage taken, but it's not that much that you'll really ever notice. For the rest of the build, we have a Cleric Cowl because the Cleric Cowl lets you become immune to damage for 4 seconds. This helps us get our cooldowns back, and if we get completely, absolutely dogpiled by, 50 people all nuking us with the hardest hitting spells in the game, this is one of the 2 ways that you can survive it without dying. We have Adjudicator Armor, which the cool thing about this armor is that it increases the healing you receive by 30%, which can almost completely offset being healing sick, but it also gives you damage resistance, and it's a plate armor, and it's one of the better plate armors with some of the higher amounts of armor in the game. The majority of people are going to be hitting you with physical attacks, and so having a high armor value is key to this. Finally, we have the Fey Scale Sandals, and this thing is nuts. They can't purge this. It lets you become untargetable, immune to damage, but also, you may be thinking 40% move speed is kind of slow. Well, it's not, because every time you pass through a person, up to 4 times, you get 16% stacked movement speed, so at the end of the day, you're moving over 100% faster, which is faster than most non-galloping mounts. So you're going to be able to get a screen or 2 away from your opposition, and you're going to be able to heal yourself as you run around. Also, for Great Nature, we run Rejuvenation. We also run Revitalize. This is usually just for mana purposes and annoyance, and if you want to heal other people. Though healing other people puts you in combat, we're going to talk more about the build and how it works in just a bit. You can use any kind of energy potion. I'm using the cheapo tier 2s. This is mostly for cooldown reduction, as we don't generally have mana problems, especially when paired with a Limhurst cape. We don't want a cape that puts us in combat, so most capes are out. We don't need Brazilian cape because the helmet makes us immune to damage, so it's pointless. We have Pork Omelet. You could use sandwiches for more HP if you want, but I find cooldown reduction, even though I have it on my weapon because it's awakened, it's still nice to have. And then for your mount, I'm using a Rage Claw for the immune to damage run speed buff, but you could also use a Ghost Horse if you want to be invisible and scout the area if you want to play cameraman mode. And we're going to talk about the different uses of this build in just a bit. You may be wondering, well, this build looks stupid and it's dumb, and what the hell's the purpose? Let me talk about the purposes of the build. So here's the purposes of this build. Alright, so you can go do faction stuff like capturing outposts and healing some allies, and you just won't ever die. You just won't die, even against all the 8.4s with awakened weapons roaming around in West. That's all we have these days. Everyone left for Europe, and those that stayed all have awakened 8.4s. And you just won't die. You just won't get killed anymore, ever. So this also helps you assist allies with small heals, because, again, you're just a 4/4 nature staff, and most of your kit is based on surviving and not so much pumping big heals. You won't die, though. You simply won't die. Everyone else around you will die, but you won't. You can be a cameraman in a ZVZ if you want to get some sick footage and not get blown up by a bomb squad. You can also rat in ZVZs. It's not great for movement speed, but you simply will not die. If you're a, fast, dashing around bloodletter, you can still die. You can still get bomb squatted, but if a bomb squad hits you with this build, you're gonna be able to walk away from it. This is like, you know those burning tornado fire staff builds where they jump on you with that shrink mace, and then you get fire tornadoed and you just die? This build just does, it can walk away from several of those. You can't die in this build. I'm gonna show you in just a bit. Also, this is a great idiot magnet build. So what you do is you go into the red zone with a build like this. You don't need a 4.4 or 8.4 in the red zone. You can use like flat 6 or something. And you go into the red zone for faction PvP. You stand in the middle of an enemy blob, and they will all try to kill you. You walk away a few screens where your friends are hiding in wait to bomb squad them. And I've seen this happen many times with this exact build, and the results are amazing. So you're almost basically unkillable in open world PvP. You can die if you really play this build wrong, or if you get like a very small squad of gankers fight you, and you're like super far away from an exit. Or if you accidentally put yourself in combat, it can happen, but it's very, very hard. It's a very slow process. It's a very slow and torturous process for them to kill you. You can roam around statics and poke people, and you can disengage in the statics. I wouldn't do black zone statics because their invisibility builds are just superior, and the enemies hit way harder. But like yellow and blue zone statics, if you faction flag up and go to the enemies like static with this build, you could just kind of have some fun with people. You can't kill them or anything, but you can just kind of poke them and piss them off. Also, it's just a fun little trolley build, and I thought I would share it with you. Let's show it off. Also, I should mention that this build is absolutely amazing for claiming these little treasure chests, because you can't die. You just cannot die in a fight, like in a free-for-all for a chest. No one's going to be able to kill you or zone you. You will out-heal all of them, and it becomes a battle of attrition. Every time they try to loot the chest, you just auto-attack them. And eventually, you know, they have to go to work, go to bed, or go to school. And if you're the neat lifer, you know, then you will eventually win the day, and you won't go out of mana. I have had fights where, like they just go out of mana, and they can't fight anymore, and they just leave. They just get tired of it. Alright, so observe. I am here by myself, stopping these guys from capping the point. And look, they're all gonna gang on me, and it's totally fine. And look at my HP, just goes up and up and up, right? Now, obviously, I can't stay here forever, but I can start running away from them. So I'm just gonna turn invisible, dash away like so. And I'm not in combat right now, so I'm totally fine. And I'm healing up, and they're hitting me, that's fine. I'm gonna be, again, using my E-spell, healing back up. Go ahead and just keep, you know, popping heals on myself. There we go, they're lasering me. And I'm able to just get to the exit, no problem. It's pretty simple. I didn't even eat my cooldown food. So let's go ahead and push my E once again. Look at my health go back up. Get some more heal stacks back on me. Let's go ahead and just turn into an ice sickle here. There we go. Go ahead and use my E spell. And you can see that I'm barely taking any damage. Get my E back up. Look at my HP. Let's turn invisible once again. And there we go. I'm out. See you later, guys. Like, it was a little bit close, but again, that's just a small scale fight. So let me explain. Also, again, I did that without the cooldown reduction food. But the reason why I'm taking so much damage is because there's not that many people hitting me. Whereas if it was a much larger blob, I would have something called focus fire protection, which means I would be taking even less damage per player hitting me. Also, I believe that group had a dispeller. Because, yeah, I noticed I was getting dispelled there a few times, which is technically your counter, but even with that, you can see that I was able to just walk in there, drag all of them about 1 to 2 screens away. Yeah, so like that's a screen, and then that's a screen, so I'm able to drag them at least 2 screens away, and because I didn't put myself in combat, I'm able to leave. And so it's a very, very annoying build. Now, obviously, you don't want to just run around and let blobs attack you. That's not the purpose of the build. That's not what we're doing here, right? Obviously, you would want to be around other players while they also fight the blob. And essentially what happens is when you're with a blob of players, people will attack you because, oh no, you're a healer, kill the healer. And then they realize, oh, it's a plate user. Oh, I'm barely doing any damage. And oh, his HP keeps jumping back to full. And because of that, you'll realize that they'll stop attacking you. Because for a DPS player, for someone who deals damage, it's not really very fun for them to to attack a target that's not taking much damage. But let me just show you some of the gear that these guys were using, just to show you they're not like wearing like non-garbage here. So that this guy is dealing percent max HP, which is one of the weaknesses. And look at them, they're going to be running around. That's a healer. Let's see, that's just a bow guy. Here we go, 8-3 axe user. That guy was slapping me around. What we have here, 5-4. We got, again, keep targeting the healer. And look at this guy's shooting me with yeah, there's the life curse that was dispelling. Oh man. Let's see what else we got going on. And yeah, they're gonna try to run and get me. We got, you know, a 6-2 here. These guys they got some gear, right? There's a 8-3 or 120 spec. So it's good stuff. But yeah, it's very hard. Like you saw it earlier. It's very hard to kill. It's a very hard to kill build. No, I don't think any other build would have survived that, right? And again, I can just hover around this blob until like a bridge watch blob shows up. And you're not entirely useless in a team fight because again, you can heal other players with your rejuvenation. You can heal other players with your revitalize. So you are kind of still a threat. Now, just do note that when you heal other players, it puts you in combat. And can I steal this? No, I can't. But I could contest it, possibly, if I wanted to. It's not like the enemies can kill me, right? Like, they deal, like, almost no damage whatsoever. But yes, this is a very fun build. If you want to go into the red zone and not die, just wear, like, a flat 6 set of this. It doesn't have to be awakened or anything. And if you happen to get caught in a big bomb squad, like, you know, where you get rooted down, you get sucked into a big blob, and all the meteors and nukes are hitting you, you just cleric cowl it. That's fine. And if you still get hurt, you force shield it with your Judicator armor. Also, if you need to heal yourself and you're healing sick, you can pop Judicator armor. If you know you're about to take a lot of damage, you pop Judicator armor. If you see a bomb squad run into your blob, if you're with, you know, your faction bros, then you pop Judicator armor on them and they live. They won't die. And of course, use Phase Scale Sandals to, you know, get some distance, get some heals, so that you're not being, you know, constantly attacked. And again, it's an idiot magnet because people will just follow you around and they will just run at you and they will just chase you down. But you have to have an exit plan. So my exit plan would be over here if I wanted to. And that guy just threw a random meatball. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna follow this blob until we get another counter blob going, and I'll show you that they'll start ignoring me. They'll realize that I'm too hard to kill. And in a blob-on-blob fight, I won't be a priority target. Whereas if you're a little squishy healer in cloth armor, yeah, that healer's doing more for the blob, but it's more useful. This is more of a, you know, you're a solo playstyle person. You don't care about the team. You only care about yourself. Like, I don't get repair bills in this set. It's 8-4. It's a 4-4 weapon. I don't get repair bills. I just simply don't. So let's see if I can stop here. Did the boss spawn? Yes, the boss already spawned. But, also, it looks like that this is kind of a pre-made. This isn't a random blob. And yeah, they even have one of these things. So normally, like, random blobs don't have the Trents, the root-bound staff. But yeah, it's this build is a lot of fun because you don't die in it. That's all. That's pretty much it. Also, you can say that this build is a good time waster build. So like, I had these dudes following me. Oh man, where'd the other guy go? I was gonna dismount and see if they want. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Come on now. Where are you going? Where are you going, dude? I was gonna dismount and see if this dude wanted to fight me. Right? I'll just dismount here. Let's see if he dismounts. Nope. Okay. Yeah, he knows better. Like, oh, okay. This guy can't kill me one-on-one. He's got lots of damage. No offhand. Oddly enough, there he goes. Right? Okay. I'll just walk away. And look, I can stand in this and just fully heal. It's pretty funny. And look, he's actually hurting himself attacking me because it's a Demon Blade. I don't even need to cast these heals right now, but look, my Q spell is out damaging his autos and his W and his Qs. Like, he just can't hurt me, right? And yeah, I'm gonna get healing sickness here pretty soon, right? There we go, there's the healing sickness, which is fine. So we're healing sick now, and he's still slashing away at me, whatever. There we go. It would take him forever, even if he was an 8-4 Demon Blade, right? Oh, here comes his friend. Oh, we're just gonna E that. Look at our HP. I can even cast this. Now I take less damage. And because healing sickness is a minus 40% healing, this is a plus 30% healing. So healing sickness, don't even notice it, right? And yeah, he's just gonna give up, right? Like, he can't do nothing. And again, the hardest 1v1 matchup would be a Life Curse staff with a Purge helmet. Because they will just purge your E every time. Look, he's like dying. He's like dying, dude. He's running. Oh, man. I wouldn't be able to catch him. I wouldn't be able to catch this guy, and my auto attacks would put me in combat. So, yeah. Well, nice try, dude. And you can come to people's aid, like this Britain the Great guy, even though he won the fight. Look, I can top him off real quick. Look how much that, just a 4-4 with, what, I have, again, 46 spec in this thing, and I was able to fully heal him in, what, 1.5 seconds? And the cool thing about this mount is it gives you immunity to damage, so that's really, really nice. And that guy, he's immunity to the rock. That's okay. But yeah, I can just like run in here. Woo! Oh no, I'm taking 0 damage. Oh no. The ghost horse though is really nice because it's 10 whole seconds of mount speed invisibility, which is basically an invisibility potion, man. It's really, really nice. And if I count, you know, 10 1000s, I can maybe backcap this. So it's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're all kind of chilling on the point though. Like, they're all just chilling on the point. So there's no back cap in there. I gotta wait until like the Bridgewatch blob assembles, if they even will. It's super early in the morning, so they might not even be awake. And like I said, this is a great build for trolling static mobs because they don't like hurt me at all. Yeah, they're hitting for 81 each. Whoop-de-doo, right? But you know, and again, they're also shredding my armor. But, you know, you just cast your E-spell, and then you just heal more than the damage they deal. Also, when I use my Boots ability here, it will disengage and take me out of combat, which resets them. Which, if I'm in battle with someone else for whatever reason, and I disengage, then what happens is they will aggro the player who tags them next. So if I'm fighting players, and they're using AoE spells to hit me, and I disengage, then all those static mobs will be on them, acting as my DPS. It's so hilarious. It's not the best for like a skip set for dungeons because it doesn't have the move speed, but it's still fun to mess with players. It's just a really fun mess with players build. I love it. Now I wish I could show you a bigger blob, but because I'm playing on the West server and West is nearly fully dead at this point because everyone went to Europe and Asia. If it was a much bigger blob with like 100 people, I could stand in the middle of them and they would barely chip away at my health. And every time I would cast my E-spell, I would just fully heal. And I could probably indefinitely survive in a blob as long as they don't purge my E-spell. It's pretty nuts. Alright, let's try the idiot magnet strategy. I'm just gonna be dismounted in the road here. And let's see how many people stop and fight me. I'm pretty sure as long as their whole blob doesn't engage me, right? Let's see how many people stop. Oh, we got the same guy again. Oh no, he's gonna get me, guys. Oh no, oops, my mount is gone. Uh-oh. Oh no, mount. Okay, we got, what, 5 people? Alright, yeah, here we go. Idiot magnet time. Activate. See, they're gonna run ahead of me and dismount. Here we go, right? And I'm gonna be able to get to the end here. There's not enough of them. They can't hurt me, right? And here they come, you know, they're going to be casting their spells. I'm just going to be healing. Like, there's the purge. Alright. And now that he wasted his purge, I have my E available. But I'm still fully healed. I'm still, like, fully healed. He's going to root me here. That's fine. Here we go. That's like a little knock-up. Again, they can't hurt me. Oh, man. And imagine if I had friends waiting off-screen to just dive bomb them, right? Like, if this guy was, like, you know, waiting to bomb. It would be so funny. Look, they've done 19% of my health, right? And I can just W here. Look at that. Look at my health. They can't do anything. It's the funniest stuff ever. And look, they'll do it again, dude. They'll do it again. Oh no, I'm in between the path from here to here. What will I do? Here comes Mr. Bear Paws. Oh no. Now he has an anti-healing W, which is, oh, look at that. Look at that. That's free heals. Thanks. Yes, guys, attack me all you want, and you're gonna miss your, Look at them. They think, they're like, oh, man, free kill, get him. Oh, man. Look, I can even kite him around, too, watch. I can just do this and kite him around. Woo! See ya. Look how far away I got. And pop this. Look, it's just a fun little time we're having. Let's E that. Let's E all of that. Full health. Full health, dude. And I've been healing sick too. I'm healing sick right now. Like they're gonna be chaining me and stuff. Oh no. Oh no, I'm at the border. What are you gonna do? Oh no, they're attacking someone on their mount. Oh man, good times. I'm just a punching bag. I'm just like a little oh no. It's fine. Look at that. Look at them go, dudes. They're struggling. Oh, use my W. There we go. Let's just ice block all of this. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Go ahead and hit my E there. Look at my health just jump back up. Look at that. Nice. So nice. Yep. See y'all later, dudes. And this guy's like, you can't kill. Look, all those people fighting me missed the capture points for that outpost. So, I mean, it's not much, but it's still, it's like, haha, gotcha, got him. It's such a fun build, and the great thing about it is that you don't need spec for it. You don't need to level it up. You don't need 8.4. Like, if I was wearing flat 6, I would have way less HP, and I would have less defense, but, you know, I would still survive those fights. Maybe not the first clip in this video, but like all the other clips so far, it would be easy to survive. And you may be thinking, what the hell is the point of this build? You're not earning faction points, and I am and I'm not. If there was a Bridgewatch blob and we engaged, I could full hard engage on their blob, auto attack everyone, get a nice tag in, and then walk away. You're only locked in combat for 18 seconds. As long as I don't heal any allies that do a combat action. And you can clearly see I can survive way longer than 18 seconds, right? As a matter of fact, I could stand in this blob and I could walk all the way to Long Shadow Plain here, completely safe, against their entire blob. And this is without food buffs. If I had food buff, I would have my cooldowns back way faster. And again, the healing sickness is not a thing. It does not matter. I'm out healing the healing sickness. Even like, they're in like 8-4, 6-3, etc., right? They're even healing debuffing me with the axes. The triple bleed is heal debuff. The W on that engage on the bear paws that he used earlier is a heal debuff. It doesn't matter. Like, the only thing is if they purge your E spell. And even then, the cooldown, because I have cooldown reduction, it is 13.89 seconds, and if I eat this pork omelet, it's like 12 or 11 seconds. Alright, here comes some Bridgewatch bros. A little late, guys, but what do they got? They don't have anything, yeah, they're not going to make a def here, but yeah, again, once you find a blob, you can follow a blob indefinitely and never die. You don't have to worry about repair bills. Well, I wish I could find some blob on blob fights, but it doesn't look like it's happening. That Limhurst pre-made, they're leaving. They're not even going to push into lazy grass. Like, there is no one awake right now on Bridgewatch. I mean, server shut down in 30 minutes. So, like, I mean, there's some action over here. This is Martlock capping Bronze Hill, though. Again, Bridgewatch just isn't fighting, so I don't have anyone to blob up with. Sorry. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's not like the best PvE build, PvP build ever, but it's a fun one. It's one that anyone can do, and you don't need to awaken it. You don't need to have this. It's just, these are the ideal stats if you do decide to awaken it, because, you know, extra health, extra defense cooldown. It's all good stuff that really helps the build out. And, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the build. It's a fun one. And if you see this build, don't even bother attacking it unless you have, like, a small amount of friends. If it's, like, you and 5 friends, and you have purges, and you have roots, and you have fears, and all that stuff, and maximum percent HP, like if you have a Realm Breaker, and, you know, Meatball Staff, the Wildfire Staff, you might be able to kill this. You might. You just have to have all of your friends stop attacking when they cast E, and, hopefully, you know, there's not a nearby exit for them to escape to. And, like, I've had, like, 20 people beating on me in this build, and I just go into a mist. It's that funny. Anyway, thank you so much. Leave a like. Let me know what you think. Do you want to see more wacky, goofy, random builds like this? Click the video on the right side of your screen. If you don't, then the next time you order pizza, they're going to mess up your pizza. And they won't give you a free one. They're just going to keep it for themselves.